Hey guys, it's Ethan Jackson here with Ease Loyalty Lawn Care. We got something pretty cool behind us. Disclaimer, I tried to make a review video, like information video about when I bought this tractor back in July-ish, June-ish. YouTube never let me upload it for some reason, so we're going to give this a second go. So I'll try and keep it a little short, but who knows what's going to happen. So this has been a really big step in my business this past few months, actually. I don't remember if I put this in one of my goals for this year to get a tractor, but I knew personally I really wanted it to happen just because I've been really elevating my landscaping game these past few months, and I've just been getting a lot more landscaping jobs. But back in, I believe it was sometime in June, I picked up this 1979 Kubota diesel B7100 four-wheel drive hydraulic loader arm with a finish mower on the back. So I guess I'll just kind of do this as like a review of it. Okay, so I guess we'll start from front to back or whatever. So as you can see, it's got a loader on it. The loader lifts just around 500 pounds. I haven't really felt, I mean, dirt, of course, there's a limit to that, but I haven't had a problem with lifting really anything. I used it with mulch, rock. I mean, what the bucket can hold, it can almost always lift, unless you're talking about completely wet sand. Then maybe it wouldn't lift it. But it's got the hydraulic loader. It's got, it's either, I'm pretty sure it's I might have it locked here. This tractor is, guys, it's from the 1979, so it's definitely dirty. But it's a 3-cylinder diesel. I'm pretty sure it's a Kubota diesel. I don't know the engine brand would be. I'm pretty sure it's a Kubota diesel though, like a Kubota engine. 3-cylinder, runs like a top. Honestly, mechanically, guys, she just does amazing. The only thing is, the only thing I had to do after I got this tractor, actually, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Anyway, I'll keep that for later. Anyways, the 3-cylinder diesel, I believe it's 18 horsepower. It's either 18 or 16 horsepower. But for a little small tractor like this, guys, like, it's not super big, but it's not super small. It's like just the perfect combination for landscaping. The only thing I had to do to it recently, after about a month and a half after I had purchased it, it was the original belt for the radiator, and that belt was all dry rotted and gone. So one day I just had got my tractor home and it started overheating. I'm like, what's going on? And I looked and that belt was shot. So I fixed that. That was interesting, actually. But yeah, I got that fixed up all in a day and everything. Then you got your battery, of course. Then we'll go to this side here. This is just an overflow for the radiator fluid. I do keep it greased pretty well. There's a 3.2 gallon tank. I know it's somewhere in the 3-gallon tank. Diesel, of course. Guys, this thing, I can run it hard all day and still have plenty of fuel left. I wish they made my lawn tractor in a diesel, because it's just be so much more powerful. Just be a great machine overall. Anyway, but this is a 4-wheel drive machine. It does not have power steering, which with a machine being this small, that's not really a big deal to me. Now, if it was a bigger tractor, yes, it would be very annoying if it wasn't power steering. With a full bucket of dirt, it does get a little rough to steer if you're trying to go sharp corners. On the back, we have a Woods we got a Woods RM 48, so I'm guessing it's a 48-inch deck finish mower. I was either guessing 54 or 48. So it's a 48-inch finish mower. I have sharpened the blades on there. It's 3 sets of blades. I grease the spindles every once in a while and stuff. Haven't had any problems with this. This has cut some pretty tall grass, honestly. And I have a property over close to us that I'm thinking of maybe doing like an overgrown yard vehicle, because it's like an abandoned house and nobody lives there. So I did mow it one time when I had that Cub Cadet standard earlier in the year, but I don't think it's been mowed since. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below, because I think that'd be a pretty cool video. Over here, this is the hydraulic arms. As you can see, this one tilts the bucket and whatever. This one does the boom or the arms. It's unlike some of the Kubota's B series, BX series, B series, the smaller ones like 20 horsepower. It does have dual cylinders in the front, and I don't think I would really want just one cylinder in the front. That's just more strain on that one cylinder. I do appreciate the 2 cylinders in the front. I believe this machine weighs in just right around 1,200 pounds, 1,200 pounds. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that. I'm almost positive it does. But, and there's, okay, so we were back at the hydraulic arms. Hydraulic arms there. I do like that it's separate. I mean, I am used to the single joystick on most tractors and stuff, but I do like the fact that it is dual, because it leaves less room to mess up when you're working in tight quarters with landscaping, saying dumping something in a house. Okay, so then there's your brakes, of course. There's your gas pedal or throttle. This is like a cruise control for your throttle. This machine, okay, the interesting thing about this is my uncle bought this to work on his landscaping at his house, and that's pretty much all he had it for, really. When he bought it, I don't remember the hours, but really it totals up to just around possibly just under 3,000 hours, actually, which is really good for a 1979 Kubota tractor. It's got all original parts, except I'm pretty sure, I think he did replace these tires not that long ago. These tires were replaced because of ag tires, and it would just destroy your yard because it's 4-wheel drive. But these turf tires, I've never had any problem in a wet yard unless you're just rutting up a yard ruthlessly. This tractor did survive a tornado. The normal like exhaust systems on a Kubota are usually on this model here, the B700, or no, this era of the Kubotas. You could either switch your exhaust to be sticking straight up, or it would be going that way. They did do it. The only thing that broke when this was in a barn in a tornado was the exhaust. This exhaust system from this pole thing right here has been replaced, and it's standing up now. I do like it standing up better. There's less probability of some getting jammed in there or whatever. Right here, in that little hole right there is your oil stick, your dipstick, and then up there's where you put more oil in. I probably will be doing an oil change soon. Oil filters there as well, so we'll probably document that. It is a shift. It's a manual transmission. Your clutch, I do like the manual transmissions, honestly. It's not the most it's not for the fastest work, but if, like I said, you're working in tight corners, it is going to save you, especially when low gear on one, you're just barely crawling. So of course you got reverse is forward, then you got first, second, and then third. It does get a little confusing because this is what changes you from low to high range, and that's what puts you in 4-wheel drive. So I guess when it's in low range, the way they made it on the manual, in low range, that would be reversed, of course, anyways. Then you come back to 4th gear. Anyway, it gets a little confusing, but I just memorized it pretty much, muscle memory. Over here we got the PTO. I'm just normally running about mid throttle to high throttle at 2. Like I said, guys, everything on this tractor works just fine. The only problem I ever had was I had to replace that, and I just sharpened the blades and grease stuff, keep stuff up. And always check the oil before you run it. Wow, we're already in 8 minutes. That's crazy. The tires, I did have to get one tire patched. I ran into quite a few thorns, apparently. Go figure. But the only place you have to grease are hydraulic arms. You got to grease down there in the joints of the axle. Grease the mower. I'm going to keep the mower on here for now. It's a decent ballast, counterweight, or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, yeah, it gets a little annoying being extra long, but honestly, it's always handy to have in certain positions. Like I did a job, not long after I grabbed this tractor, actually. I couldn't have done with my mower, and it would have been really hard with a chainsaw and a weed eater. It was a pretty significantly steep hill. So what I would do, I cut all the big brush out, and then the rest I was able to cut up with this thing. You got to be careful because, like I said, it is a finish mower, not a brush hog, so you do need to be careful in that respects of it all. But I just would back up the hill in 4 low, and then just go back in 1st gear on the low side. Let's see. This is, I can't remember what this is called. It's not your differential lock, I know that, but if you're like having a hard time pulling something or pushing something or anything, you just push that down with your foot, and it makes, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Comment if you know what I'm talking about. It makes the back wheels all spin in the same like direction. They don't one doesn't stop spinning and the other one gets more power. They spin equally the same. Under the seat here, nothing fancy, no like weight things to see if you're not on it, and it'll shut it off. And like this, of course, right here is for the 3-point hitch attachments. Seat maybe need repaired eventually. I like it. It's not giving me any problems. I'm a young guy, so I'll probably have some more life with that chair. Then there's your fuel filter, of course, air filter. Oh, the dash, I forgot to look. So something pretty cool about this tractor, this is the key for it, don't judge. Something cool about this tractor to me, apparently, because all the tractors I've ran, Kubota, John Deere, that's all I can think of right now, they don't have a horn. That horn's pretty loud, actually, which is pretty cool. So that's nice that you have a horn, especially when I drive it to job sites. If somebody is acting stupid around you, you can honk at them and whatever. Like I said, no power steering. This is the hour meter. It does rattle itself around. Lights, they don't. I probably would have to rewire them, because if you look, let's see. If you look down in there, you can possibly tell the wiring has been cut. For some reason, I don't know, and there it is right there too. I might rewire it, I might not, because I don't really use this thing at night, and if I were to use it at night, I would just honestly get some like cheap LEDs off of Amazon so they'd be brighter. Hydraulic lines are all good. The only thing is I'm probably going to take these off and take them to our local hydraulic repair line shop, because you can tell these are like original from 1979. They've been through it, have a tough time, so we'll probably get them repaired soon. Down here, that's your dipstick for your transmission oil. Always want to check that in your oil every time you fire this thing up, because you do not want to run it low on either one of them guys. I think I mentioned it was 4-wheel drive. If not, it is. I've never been stuck with it, and I have used it in some pretty wet conditions in my yard, like just moving dirt and other junk we have. But I've never been stuck with it. And over here, this was what was a little interesting to me, I guess, for the hydraulics, because I've not, maybe it's just the series or how they made these models of tractors back then, but that is the hydraulic pump actually. And just a heads up, if you, okay, so I looked on YouTube, of course, why not? When I had to replace the belt, I was like, not hydraulic, radiator fan belt replacement, Kubota 1979 B7100. The only video came up completely wrong, actually, go figure. So what I had to do, you do have to take this hydraulic pump off to replace this belt, and then you take this plate off. There's like a PTO shaft that runs from the engine to the hydraulics to get your flowing to power your cylinders and everything. You take that off. There's some bolts under here you take off. I'm not going to go in detail about that. It was pretty easy to do it once I figured out like what I needed to do with it, because like I said, the one video not very correct on that. Oh, I discovered this the other day. There's like a little, I can't barely see it. It's like, maybe I'll try and clean that up, but I can't read it. But it's just an empty pocket back there with all sorts of crap and rotting, oily bristles and briars. It's crazy. It's almost like land lost in time. No, back in there. Like a time machine, because them are probably pretty old pieces of nature. So I think we've quite covered it all. One more thing maybe. I will show you this actually. So after I talk about this, so I guess with these older, back in the day, these older Kubotas, we were known for their axles bending pretty easily. Then your wheel would I got a bristle in my finger now. Ouch. Hold on, guys. Medical repair. Okay, the wheels will wobble. Well, I can't remember if these axles have been already replaced before, or he caught it before it happened to this. If you can see, let's see, I'll turn my screen back on. Maybe it'll be easier right here. If you can see right there, see the that right there. I don't know. He reinforced these axles so they wouldn't bend. And the only one that has a slightest wobble in it, you might be able to tell just by looking at it, compared to this one, is that one. It just has the slightest wobble. Oh, I forgot another thing to talk about. Stats. I talked about the lower capacity of the engine. In fourth gear on the high side, you travel just about at 8 miles an hour. I haven't had any problems getting to where I need to go. Of course, it does take a little while. Now, if I have a far away job, I'm totally going to rent a trailer or load it up on a trailer. I'm not driving it there. I have my hazard sign, and I had another light, magnetic light that would shine for me, but it's fallen off. So yeah, so guys, I'm gonna finish up pretty soon because this is gonna be a 20-minute video, easy. But I pulled, you know what, I'll just show you the trunk of it, but it was a cedar tree I pulled with branches digging into the ground on my somewhat damp, wet, muddy yard. Didn't tear it up. I had it in 4 low, of course. This thing pulled it like a champ. I helped a dude that dropped a tree. We pulled a pretty big log. This thing had no problem. It wasn't gravel, so there was a little slippage. There was a little burning out with the tire, so all I did was, I think it's called anti-track or anti-lock, maybe. It's coming to me. I pushed that down. This thing handled it like a champ. Okay, I'm gonna cut this up. I'm not cut it up. I'm gonna end this fast because it's gonna be super long. But if you guys want to see me mow that overgrown yard, let me know. I definitely want to get more recordings with this tractor, of course, put more on the channel. Guys, what can I say? I am so blessed to have a tractor at 15 years old. It's pretty much this will be coming to the 2nd year ending of my business. I just beyond grateful. I can't believe I was able to get this because I was looking at buying one of them new RK Roller King tractors, 14 grand easy. I was like, dang it, I'm gonna have to save up for quite a while because I can't get financed. But lo and behold, God blessed me with this opportunity. Pretty unique story how I come to find out he was getting ready to get rid of it. There goes one of them 2-cycle motorized bicycles. But yeah, I own it now. Proud owner of the Kubota B7100 diesel. Like I said, I could not be happier with this tractor. I definitely am going to keep this tractor, guys, for a long time. It's a beautiful, I'm going to maybe clean it up, get it looking good. It's a beautiful tractor. It's a workhorse. Great little tractor, just great little tractor. So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment what your opinions on this. Tell me what I should do with it, yada, yada, yada. Leave a like, subscribe. And tell your friends and turn that little notification bell so you get notified like every 7 weeks when I upload. We're going to try and get to a regular schedule of uploading, honestly. So that's a wrap for it all, guys, today. So thank you for watching.